Alright, welcome. So we've done this one on stream like a few times now, and every single time the box is just broken. Like it's just it'll just stop working. So we're gonna try it today, and we're gonna see what happens. So let's go ahead and start off with Nmap scan, as usual. And we'll let this guy run and everything. I may actually want to do a Rust scan because there's some pretty high ports on this guy. We got port 464 there. Let's take a look at that. 6379. 6379. Let's go ahead and take a look at that like real quick. 9389. So we got some high ports here, right? Stuff that, we're not used to seeing. So we obviously want to look at that. And one of them is Redis. All right, there's Redis like right here. So trying to get in this guy, you're not really going to get too much with an SMB. You're not going to get anything with RPC or anything like that. So we decided to go after Redis. So we have a Redis CLI, right? Attack H for the IP address that we want to try to get into. Now let's see if we can go get into this guy. Let's see if it's going to work. That's the real question. Will it actually work? And I do have notes on Redis. So if we look at this guy, like right here, right, we can do an info. If we get any information back as info, that means that we were able to log in anonymously, pretty much. So we can go ahead and take a look at it and see what's going on with it. Let's try one more time to get into there, because who knows what's going to happen with it. And we info, and we do get information back. So we anonymously logged into it, right? So what we can do with Redis is we can have it call for a file that doesn't exist on our machine, right? So if you're starting to think about this, we would turn on responder, right? So we'll do a sudo responder. For our tunnel interface, obviously, right? So go ahead and do this. We have SMB on, okay? So SMB server is on, right? And we have our guy over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an eval, and then I believe it's like that. Eval do file. That's what we want to do. So we're going to do an eval do file, like that. And then we're going to go ahead and say //10.13.26.184, which is my Kali Linux IP address, right? So my tunnel address. And then we're just going to put whatever in there. It doesn't matter. Okay, we just say share, whatever else. All right. And we'll go ahead and we will end that guy there. I believe it's like that. Go ahead and look at my notes like real quick. Just make sure I did that correctly. Yep. Then we're going to do a space 0. And it's going to say that I'm an asshole and I did it wrong. That's okay. I probably put slashes the wrong way. 100% did. Do that a lot. Let's go ahead and fix those slashes. But what this should do is it should call back to our machine. And since we're trying to go to a share, it should send across a net NTLM, right? For a user. So it should call back to us, and we sure do get it. Okay, so now we're good with that, right? So we can exit out of here. Now we have this net NTLM here, right? So we can crack this with John. Now, like I said, I've done this on stream many times. So we made a hash.txt. So if I cat hash.txt, there it is, right? So John the Ripper is obviously not going to crack it again unless we delete the comp file. Or we can just do a tac show. So we just do a John hash.txt tac show. And that's going to say, hey, enterprise security password is sand whatever. Okay. Let's go ahead and throw that into, we'll do a echo, that like right there, into user pass.txt. Now from here, there's a couple different things we can do. All right, we can use print nightmare, which is not the intended path for this guy. But let's go ahead and use print nightmare first, so we can all see how that works. Right, so we're gonna do an in-packet RPC dump, and I just suggest just to try this pretty much every single time. Every time you get on the machine, go ahead and try it. It's gonna be like that, all right. So we want to go ahead and make this guy. We're going to call him active.thm. So we're going to do a sudo nano etc host. And we're just going to make him active.thm. And then we get to go ahead and we can just throw active.thm in here. Oh, excuse me, that was not it, like right there. But we were able to still get in like that. But why did that come back like that? It's actually kind of weird. Didn't impact an RPC dump, right? Oh, because I didn't do the egrep, that's why. I'm sitting here like, that's weird. We want to actually grep for this, like right here. Let's go ahead and do that again. There we go. And so if we get this back, it may be vulnerable to print nightmare. And we can actually do a print nightmare, either a PowerShell script, or we can also try to do it from Kali across the network. So let's go ahead and do it from Kali across the network, and let's see what we can do with it. So very first thing we're going to do is we're going to get Impacket again. Okay? I know what you're thinking, you already have Impacket. I got it. All right? We all already have Impacket. You're getting a different version of Impacket. All right? You're getting this Cube 0x0's version of Impacket, which is what is going to be used for the print nightmare attack. So you're actually making a virtual environment of Impacket, and then you're going to go into that virtual environment. We're going to CD into there. All right, from here, we're going to activate that virtual environment. So as you can see, it now says Impacket and then everything else. All right, so, and it's also spelled differently. That's just not to confuse us and everything like that. Let's go ahead and do a git clone. All right, oh, git clone, Impacket already exists. Oh yeah, because I already have it on here. So it's already there and everything. So I'm not obviously going to get the clone. Once you get that, you're going to CD into Impacket. Once you get that clone, you'll CD into Impacket. Okay, then you're going to do a pip2 install period, pip3 install period, and then a Python 3 setup.py. So it's going to be a pip2 install there, pip3 install there, and then a Python 3 setup.py. From here, we're going to make an MSF Venom file, right? And we're going to go ahead and actually put this back over into our just regular machine. Back over in our VulnNet active directory here. Let's make sure we change out that lhost to 10.13.26.184 for myself, right? And we change the L port 4444, whatever else you want. Now it does have to be a DLL. Okay, so we're going to do a file type of DLL. All right, shell.dll. Let's go ahead and get another thing open up over here. And we can actually stop that down there. We'll do an MSF console. Let this guy be made. And we see we have shell.dll now, right? So we got our shell.dll, cool. He's making the MSF console down there. All right, from here, we need to start up an SMB server. Now, PWD is present working directory. Okay, so what I want to do is start up an SMB server in my present working directory. We can also just do a period. So we could just say SMB server.py. Share is the name of the server. So if we were to do a / 10.13.26.184/share, that's what we're calling for. All right, let's go ahead and use exploit multi-handler, and we'll set the payload to what we already have up here, right? Set payload to this. Set our L host to ourselves. Set L port to 4444, I believe I did. Go ahead and run that. Okay, we start up our SMB server. Now we need to call for the Python 3 file. That's in VulnNet Enterprise Security. Okay, that's our username, right? That's our password at active.thm, and we're going to tell it to come back and grab this shell.dll file. So I believe I have that in tools. So if I cd into tools and I do a was it ls tech la, and we'll grep for CVE, and I believe it's going to be, let's see here. Whoopsie, I didn't even copy it. Let's go and grab that guy again. 1675.py, so this guy right here. So I already have him. You can just download him off of GitHub. And we're obviously going to do 10.13.26.184. Now, it's okay that we're in tools to run this. That's perfectly fine, because it's calling back to the SMB server. That's right here, right? We got our SMB server up here. Okay, he's in the correct directory. He's saying that, hey, use this directory, this VulnNet active directory, which has shell.dll on it. We're calling back to share, which we named as share, all right, for shell.dll. So that should be good, I think. Might have to mess with how I have the... Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we get a callback. We should see something hit over here. It might say no file or something like that. Then we'll know that we messed up the, or can't log in. We'll know that we messed up the little guys over here. Quotation marks and everything like that. But we should technically get a callback down on our listener. Hopefully we do. That's also what the machine decides to work today. You can do it. And there we go. So it's starting to set the stage and everything. We're getting everything over there right. And this was the bug that Microsoft said it's not a bug, it's a feature. All right, if we do a get UID, there we are, NT Authority System. So we can go in, grab the flags, whatever else we want to do. Like I said, that's not how you're supposed to do this box. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. All right, we'll exit out of here. And we'll clear this out. Let's do an evil WinRM for enterprise security. Right, and let's go ahead and do it at our IP address that we want. Okay, there we go. This is the actual way you're supposed to do the box. It's right here. We'll get in through enterprise security, and we'll even WinRM into that. Hopefully we can. I think we can get in through him. May have to go in through SMB. I actually don't remember the exact way to do this box, so it's maybe a little bit of black boxing in here. I don't remember the exact way of doing it, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. All right, let's go ahead and try SMB client. Attack L. Yeah, we can do it for enterprise security. That sounds good. Let's go ahead and throw the IP address into it. Let's go ahead and see what's on SMB now, since we do have credentials. Now remember, you can always do a crack map exec with SMB to see if this person is able to log in somewhere, right? But we see like right here we have an enterprise share. That's different, right? So let's go ahead and do an SMB client. 1234. We'll go ahead and just do that. And then we'll put in our IP address. 10.10.247.213 is who we're attacking. And enterprise share. Username of enterprise security. We'll go ahead and throw that password back into there. And now we're in like this. Let's do a dir. And we have this purge irrelevant data. So let's go ahead and get him. Go and get that purge relevant data. Exit out of here. Now let's go ahead and cat him. Purge relevant data. So it looks like it's calling for something, right? Remove force, all right? Something in C users, public documents. Now, I feel like this is probably on some type of scheduled task. So let's mess with this, right? So let's make it so it calls back to us, right? That's what our next plan is here. Go ahead and clear that. Let's start up a listener for port 4444, and we already have tools over here, right? So let's do an ls and cat. We'll do an invoke PowerShell TCP, and we'll put an ex at the end because I have one that's ex that's already set up to run a reverse shell as soon as it's put into there. Okay, so pretty much what this guy's gonna do is we're gonna rename this PowerShell TCP EX. We're going to rename him to purge relevant data. As you can see, this is a reverse shell, right, for a PowerShell. And we're going to invoke PowerShell TCP because that's what calls for it. If we go up to the top, function is invoke PowerShell TCP. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a reverse to the IP address of 10.13.26.184 on port 4444. So let's go ahead and upload that into the SMB share. Now we cannot delete this, but nothing ever said we can't overwrite it. So if we just upload the same file, so let's go ahead and we'll copy all this, all right? We'll do a nano, and we'll call it purge whatever. Delete all this crap. We don't care what they're trying to do. We'll throw our stuff in there, all right? And then from here what we'll do is we will go ahead and we will get back in the SMB client. Go ahead and log in again. Cat userpath.text. There we go. I'm going to log in this guy. And we're in here now. And so if I do a delete, purge, whatever, okay, yeah, we're denied to do that. But if we put purge, whatever, it'll overwrite that other file. So our file that we just made with our reverse shell is now right here. It's now sitting in there. So if we were to do a get again, just to make sure that actually worked, and we'll exit out of here. Let's go ahead and cat that purge again. And yes, 100%, it got it. If I do an ls-LA, we don't have two purges in here. It overwrote the file in SMB. So we put the same thing in there that overwrote it. So now all we really need to do is just wait for a callback if Windows decides to work today. The other day we got a call back. Then the second time we didn't. I think the third time we did. So it's all if Windows decides to actually do something today or not. All depends on Windows. It seems to be like an every minute file. And there we go. Okay, we finally connected. It always seems like you put it up there and then you put it up there at 1 second, so you have to wait those 59 seconds. That's how it always feels whenever you're waiting for a callback. So we get into PowerShell. Let's do a dir. All right, we are in PowerShell. Okay, let's do a who am I /priv. And if you watch this channel a lot, whoops, then you'll know that I mistype a lot of stuff. If you watch the channel a lot, but who am I /priv. Then you'll see something in here. We have SE impersonate privilege. We have SE create global privilege. And we have notify privilege. But we have SE impersonate privilege, which to me, whenever I see that, I'm always going for the print spoofer, right? If I do assist info, is it system info? Yeah, system info. And let's go ahead and make a Python over here also. Python 3 tac m. Let's make sure that's in there first. ls tac la, and we'll grep for print. And we do have print spoofer.exe right there. We also have the print nightmare ps1. So if you want to use print nightmare again, you could for the PowerShell file. Grab that off of GitHub. Let's go into a Python 3 tac m, http.server on port 80. And let's go ahead and go into somewhere that we know is writable, right? We're in our downloads right now. That should be good since we are enterprise security. We got system info showing us that it is a 64 base and it is Windows Server 2019. So that means print spoofer should work. So hopefully, we might have to do like juicy potato, but we'll try print spoofer. Let's go ahead and do a wget http 10.13.26.184 /print spoofer.exe, and then we'll make an out file called ps print.exe. So we're going to name it print.exe, and that should bring it into our downloads folder. And I definitely messed that up because it definitely says 10.13.26/184, but we're just going to let it tell us that we messed up, and we'll go from there. Made a typo. Whenever you make a typo on something like this, you pay the price. Saying he has no idea what the heck that file is. Thank you very much. wget. We'll do a use basic parsing too, just in case if Internet Explorer has been started for the first time. So then we don't have to wait again. Tag out file will be print.exe. There we go. Called back, got that, right? So now we got that guy. Let's go ahead and look up how to use print spoofer. You can look this up on GitHub or wherever else. I just already have it written down. Print spoofer.exe tac I tac C command. So if we just go ahead and copy that like right there. And we're just going to name ours print this time, right? So I just did print.exe. So we'll call for that. We'll tell it that we want a command prompt shell. And hopefully it brings us back into command prompt. And unable to initialize device PRN. That's a new one for me. Okay, haven't seen that ever. Let's go ahead and look it up. Let's see. PRN. This command is broken for everyone, I guess. Regards. Okay, so it might be broken in that one. That's okay. We can always do some other ones, right? We still have, I think. Yeah, we can use sweet potato still. Juicy potato is for less than 2016, but we can still use sweet potato with that same exact attack. And we can call for a netcat file. So let's go ahead and get netcat on here now. Let's go ahead and get juicy potato on here first. Let me see how I actually put it in here. Grep for juicy. And there it is, okay. So let's go ahead and do the same thing again. Except for this time we're going to do it for juicy potato. I don't know who makes the names, okay. First time I do these attacks, someone always asks me who made the name. I don't. All right. An Irish farmer. I have no idea. There we go. I'm going to throw that into there. And we... Oh God. Hurry up. Oh, I missed it. We also want to get netcat in there too. Which actually, while I'm here then, we'll just do a netcat. Netcat64.exe. We'll do that one like right there. Let's go ahead and throw on this Python server again. We'll get this guy back over there for juicy potato. Right, and then we'll throw in netcat into there. So we'll do that again, and we'll throw nc.exe into there. nc64.exe. Attack out file will be nc64.exe. Awesome. Now we got to start up a listener. LVMP from port 4444, right? And we're going to use juice or our sweet potato here, right? Did I grab sweet potato or did I grab juice potato? I grabbed juice potato, didn't I? There's so many potatoes that I messed up. This one's for less than Windows Server 2016. So that means we also need sweet potato. We'll just call it sweet.exe. So we need netcat and sweet potato over there. So we got both of those over there, right? Let's go ahead and grab sweet. And we're gonna, what we're doing like right here is we're going to, let me put it over here so you guys see it like a little better. So we're gonna call for sweet.exe. All right, then what we want to do is we want that to call for netcat64.exe. We want to execute the command for command prompt, right? Like open up command prompt on 10.13.26.184 port 443. So let's go ahead and listen out 443. We'll go ahead and we'll run that. And remember, we already put netcat onto here, right? We already put nc64 on there. We put sweet.exe onto there. And now we're just trying to get it to call back to a command prompt on port 443 for this sweet potato attack like right here. Now, hopefully this one works. It doesn't look like it wants to call back to 10.13.26.184, which is us. Doesn't look like it likes that very much now, does it? Should not care. Come on now. You can do it. Oh, I wonder if the box is broke also. I think it got lost somewhere along the lines. Well, I think the box might have broke again. But I'm about 9% sure that this should work. I think the box may have broken again. This box breaks a lot. So if you're in the middle of attack and just nothing's happening, probably a broken box. It has been up for about 30 minutes, so this is usually the box breaking time for it. Why try you? You know what else? I didn't even call for print.exe either. So let's go ahead and stop this one because he seems to be super lost, like more lost than ever. Let's go ahead and try to get a reverse shell again. And I just realized I didn't even call for print.exe. I just said print.exe like, you know, like we were running command prompt or something. I have to do a period slash for this guy to actually have him run. So we'll try that one more time. If he decides to actually connect back, we'll see. If he actually decides to connect back to port 4444 or not. Since that one guy is running as a scheduled task. But I remember last time, it just broke. Like broke. I don't think he's making another callback. So I think that might be it for this box. I think he's broken again. But if you're doing active and it stops working, that's pretty normal. There's not really much you want here, but that's actually pretty normal for this box. If I were to do a period slash print.exe, that probably would have actually worked. So I'm a little bit mad at myself that I didn't do that, like right there. But if you're working on this box, try the print spoofer, try sweet potato, try print nightmare. This one's a great one to use print nightmare on, especially, you know, across the network like that. I think the very first time that we actually did it, we didn't use print nightmare. I'm pretty sure we actually used print spoofer on it the very first time that we did it. So, but yeah, I've done this box like 5 times now, and every single time it does decide just to fail after so long. So that's just this box. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new with the print nightmare attack. It's been around for like a little bit now. It's nothing new, but this is a good box to practice it on. There's not many boxes out there to really practice it on, except for the PowerShell file. This is a good one to practice it on. So hopefully you guys liked it. And then, yeah, see y'all later.